Hello, my name is Quinter, and I'm a student in ACG 2021. And for this project, I examined sales data and developed an interactive dashboard for cat manufacturing. I built several worksheets that I later combined to form a complete dashboard. One of the first visuals I created was a revenue by year chart, which shows how the company's revenue has trended over the past 3 years, highlighting steady growth. I also designed a chart that displays total sales by quarter and by year, breaking the information into smaller sections so it's easier to analyze. Another visual I included is a revenue by category chart, which helps identify which areas of the business generate the highest revenue in each year or quarter. In addition, I put together a product line sales chart that shows which product groups contribute the most to overall sales. I followed this with a bar graph highlighting the top purchasing customers, allowing me to see which clients are responsible for the highest sales in different regions. Finally, I created a sales by division chart to show which countries produce the most sales. I also followed this with a map that gives a clear visual representation of the information displayed earlier in the bar graph. All of these worksheets work together to form a comprehensive sales analysis dashboard. First and foremost, in order to find the total sales revenue for the third quarter in 2020, I would click on 2020, unclick materials processing, and I can see that in the third quarter of 2020, the sales revenue was $7,007,656. Next, the total sales revenue for the medical category in the second quarter of 2021. I click on 2021, I click on the medical category, and I can clearly see that in the second quarter, the sales revenue is $406,691. Next, in order to find which product line had the highest sales in 2019 under the materials processing category, I click on 2019, I unclick medical, click on materials processing, and I can clearly see that Pulsed YT has the highest sales revenue because it is the biggest box. Next, in order to find the top product line for the Germany division of 2019, I keep 2019 clicked, I unclick materials processing, I click on Germany, and I can clearly see that low YT is the top product line because it is the biggest box. Next, in order to find in 2020 which quarter had the highest sales in telecom category under the UK division, I unclick Germany, I click on the UK, I click on 2020, and I also click on the telecom category, and I can clearly see that quarter two had the highest sales, and the sales was $157,968. Next, in order to find who cat manufacturing's top customer is in the fourth quarter of 2020, I unclick everything that I had originally clicked. Unclick Germany, and I go to 2020, which is already clicked. And I click quarter four, and I can clearly see that the Fly company is the top customer. Next, in order to find the top customer for the Russia division in 2021, I click on 2021, I click on Russia, and I can clearly see that the top customer is the Church Seal company. Finally, if I was on the top management team of cat manufacturing, this dashboard would help me address several key strategic questions. The revenue by year and sales by quarter visuals would allow me to assess growth trends and identify seasonal patterns that influence production, budgeting, and staffing decisions. The revenue by category and product line charts would show which areas of the business drive the most value, helping determine where to allocate resources, which products may need improvement, and which categories are no longer performing well. The top purchasing customers graph would reveal whether the company is over-reliant on certain clients and highlight opportunities to strengthen or diversify customer relationships. The sales by division map would guide geographic strategy by identifying strong markets and potential regions for expansion or additional support. These visuals offer a comprehensive view of the company's performance and provide the insight needed to make informed decisions about growth, operations, and long-term strategy. Thank you.